Improving is something that most of us wish for, and some of us would even like to earn mastery and if not world class level, at least to the best of our capacities. But improvement doesn't come for free. In your pursuit for improvement, some days are tougher than others, and that's quite normal. You have a tendency to make them worse than it needs to be. If you are struggling, you try to push it. And since you might feel like you're being effective for a while, you realize it doesn't enhance your output's quality. Eventually, you give up. And then you make yourself feel bad for not doing enough and bad for not being as productive as you know you should be. This, in turn, spike your stress, crash your self-image, and hinder your productivity. We know how it is. We have gone through this scenario many times and we still fall for it sometimes. Our issues is that we think working hard is the only way to boost yourself. Simply, it's an idea that runs deep in our society, but working hard doesn't mean you are improving, but it only means that you are busy. In most cases, trying too hard really makes it harder to improve. Relaxations is the free way to mastery. When asked about their procedure, very few athletes are able to define what they believe during a big performance. Contrary to what's sufficient to think, the best athletes in the world don't think when they are performing at their highest level. In the middle of action, their mind is totally empty. In addition to this small effort on the inside, it also looks effortless to those seeing it from the outside. Their mind and body work together effectively but effortlessly. And it's not just athletes. In every field, mastery looks the same. But the question is, how did they get there? Well, as with anything, it turns on with practice. And the best practice is that which mimics the result you need, as the writer Aldous Huxley described it. Take the piano teacher. He always says, relax, relax. But how can you relax while your fingers are scrambling over the keys? Yet, they have to relax. The singing teacher and the golf pro say really the same thing. And in the world of spiritual exercises, we find that the person who educates mental prayer does too. We have to somehow combine relaxations with activity. While it might be tough and new in the beginning, you have to start your relaxation somewhere. But in doing so, you might get hooked once you encounter what it gives you. Well, relaxations can lead to better results, an increased chance of entering flow energy to sustain your performance over time, a more enjoyable approach to your work. If you're liking this content so far, please consider subscribing and liking this video. Now, let's continue. We have experienced these impacts of relaxations. Take music for example, you might not be good at it, but you can still notice that your best work happens when you don't think too much about it. If you sweat it, the things you make don't sound as good. But how can you relax and work at the same time? What is it with relaxations that encourages all this? Well, along with his descriptions, Huxley also recommended a solution. He said, what has to be relaxed is the private self, the self that tries too hard, that thinks it knows what is what. This has to be relaxed in order that the various powers at work within the deeper and wider self may come true and functions as they should. In all psychophysical abilities, we have this interesting fact of the law of reverse effort. The harder we try, the worse we do the thing. When you start to relax, you tune down your practical thinking and encourage other faculties to shine through, such as wisdom and automatic motor skills. This is useful as it leads to the advantages. To actually relax this self that tries too hard, here are some things that have worked for many people. First of all, you have to get clear about the idea that you have to work hard to improve. Well, you might still have to work a lot, and it might be hard at times, but at the beginning of it, you can still relax. As you work, check in with your body from time to time. If your shoulders are high and your breath is tense, it might be a clue that you're not relaxed. Try to refocus or just take a break. Don't try to work if you totally don't want to. Listen to your bodily warnings. Trust your experience. Relaxations is simplest when you work at the level you're now at. Keep your purpose in mind but focus on what's right in front of you. Development is a step-by-step process. Allow it to evolve. You should be able to enjoy yourself on the long path to mastery, and no matter how much it's worth to arrive, you should also strive to make the journey worthy. Be sure that doing the work is sufficient. Relax the self that gets in the way. Relaxations is not the only road to mastery, but to a better life. What are your thoughts on this topic? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. With that being said, it's time to end our today's video. Press the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interesting stuff.